Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is an update and a walkthrough of our Pokédex binders. I'm only showing you one, but as many of you who've been following, we actually have three binders that makes up our Pokédex. And the reason why we did that is because we wanted to be able to have some flexibility. Instead of trying to move all 1,000 cards around, we felt like breaking it up into three different binders until we finalize the Pokédex. I thought would be the move, and so that's why it's in three different binders. But today I'm making this video because I want to kind of celebrate finishing the first generation of the Pokedex. And so as you can see, the first nine cards. I've talked a lot about this because I think it's just so beautiful how they all lay out together, and so I won't spend too much time on it, but this is the first page of the generation. Now, as you can see, there's a good mixture of different types of cards, some common cards, illustration rares. But one of the things that I do want to note is that I moved Pichu from its generation. I forget what generation it was. Actually, I could tell. Generation 2, and I moved to Generation 1 because I wanted to have it live with Pikachu and Raichu. It only makes sense because they go together, right? And so I didn't let the Pokedex number or even the generations be kind of a rigid rule. I just wanted to be able to collect them all and then also design the binder in a way where um, I it just makes more sense to me, and then it just is more aesthetically pleasing for me, right? So when these three are together, to me, that makes more sense than breaking them apart and having Pichu live on its own in Generation 2. And then also, as you can see, the female and the male version of Nidoqueen and Nidoking. And then here's some other cards that I really enjoy. It's a good mixture of some of the Galarian Gallery cards, some full arts, illustration rares, and some of the older cards as well. And so, yeah, it's been really fun. This Igglybuff card is a little bit fun for me because it was hard finding an Igglybuff in the wild, and so I had to do some research. And as I was looking at which card I actually wanted to fit in this spot, I saw this WotC promo, and I just thought it was really fun. It's a fun illustration, and so I went ahead and picked this one up. And this again is not part of Generation 1, I believe. I think it's part of Generation, I don't know. But, again, Igglybuff, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff sitting together in one page, again, makes a lot more sense. Now, some people may say that's not a true Pokedex, but to me, it's just so much more enjoyable. Now we got, the promo from Magneton and then the Gengar, which I thought was really cool. One of the other things that I started working on is I got myself a top loader binder and using the Michi method to lay out some really cool, like aesthetically pleasing storytelling pages. And so this Gengar may not live in this binder too long, but at least it'll be here until I'm ready to make that Gengar page in that top loader binder using the Michi method. Now, so here's some additional. I collect Japanese and English. Trying to collect all English is just hard and very expensive, and so save some money when I can. And I thought this Team Rocket, I believe this is Doug Trio, is just such a cool illustration. So I picked that up. Also, I picked up this Doduo mainly because the illustration just is hilarious. Like, I would think that this was a fake card, but as I dug in and did some research, it's actually a real card. And so Imakuni's Doduo. And so I don't really know the full story around it, but I just thought it just looked so different that I wanted to add it to the Pokedex. So these are some additional, more pages, right? So as you can see, this page has 222, 222, and so whenever I can, I will put all the pairs together in the layout, and then I put all the triplets in a layout together. And so again, they're not in the Pokedex order, but they're all from the first generation. And then also on here, there's actually a Hitmonlee that goes along with this card, which is a connector to this. You can see his little image up here. I'm not sure if you can really see that, but there's a little Hitmonlee over there. And so I'm trying to find the counterpart to this one to replace this card. Another thing that I really enjoy is the shiny cards, right? So I'm starting to really get a better understanding of just the, like, I don't know. I'm starting to really like these shiny cards, the baby shinies. and so I might add more of those into our binder. Mr. Rhyme and Mr. Rhyme, Mime Jr. and Mr. Rhyme, again, they're not part of this generation, but because Mr. Mime lives here, I brought them forward. Happiny, this one is actually the card that completed the first generation, and so this was the final card, and so I just got that today and added it, and so I don't know, it's so like enjoyable to complete something, right? And then another thing that I'm really starting to enjoy is these trainer galleries and Galarian galleries from Sword and Shield. And so, I'm starting to really, I actually like them a little bit more than the illustration rares. Um, so that's just me. And then as we're coming to an end, the Lapras, the Snorlax, I think Kagistan, Kangastan, I think is his name. When it's Japanese, I always sometimes had a hard time remembering. I think this is Pinsir and so forth. And then final note that I want to add was on the evolutions, right? So there's Eevee, and then I just brought all the Eevees forward, evolutions forward to this generation because I just like the way that all 9 of them sit in one page rather than being broken up. And so again, letting the design and the aesthetics drive the order rather than the Pokédex number is just, again, something that I'm really enjoying. And then lastly, here's the final page of the 151, first 151 cards, plus, mainly because we moved some cards from future generations to this one, but this is kind of how it's landing. Batman Mewtwo, I think it's such a cool card. I really like this one. And then this is actually the Metal Mewtwo, Mew EX. I had a better card than this, but again, with my top loader binder and some of the things that I'm doing there, I moved that the card that I used to sit here, which was the Sleeping Mew, to my top loader binder that where I'm making kind of designs using the Michi method, and so I think some of that's going to happen. Like for example, this Leafeon may not live here long. This might move into the top loader binder where I'm kind of laying out different types of spreads, and it's also in top loaders, and so some of the more expensive cards will end up living in that binder just to keep them protected. And so that's the the first generation, and it's been completed, and so super happy with that. Second part of this binder is generation 2, and so this one's almost done as well. There's only probably like 4 or 5 cards left that I need to find in order to complete this set. And so I'm just kind of, again, going one by one and finding these cards and filling the binders up. And so hopefully, by the end of this month, maybe the first, 2 generations is done. And then the other day I did finish generation 9 as well. And so the bookend generations are completed. So I'm really happy about that. And so I'm about like 80 cards away from actually finishing the whole Pokédex, which is pretty fun. And then once I kind of do my first pass, then I'll begin kind of either working on the top loader binder, which I'll share in later videos, or I'll be starting to, begin to upgrade some of the cards that are here. One of the things about this is it's a lifelong project, right? So as I continue to collect and find cool cards, and also new generations come, I'm going to continue to build out the Pokédex just to say I collected them all. All right, so thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed my little walkthrough of Generation 1, and I'll see you next time. Bye.